Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to Valley East USA. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. If you recall from the previous episode, there goes my phone for whatever reason. If you recall from the previous episode, we were spreading a little bit of slurry down. And as you can see, we have finished with it. And the slurry actually went really smoothly. Worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. So, very pleased with that. I think this is the only field we didn't spread slurry on, now that I think about it. And I think that's because we have this straw here. So, we ran into issues, depending where you're from, with plows, because our plow that I tried to use, that's louder than I want it to be. The plow that I wanted to use didn't work well, which is unfortunate. So we're going to go ahead and just proceed with a cultivator for the time being. We had a cultivator, but we don't anymore. So we're actually we're gonna sell a couple things because we actually don't need this tedder, because in the end it doesn't really make us any more money. So right now it's just a piece of equipment that is being wasted, just sitting there, because we're not going to use it often. I suppose we could use it for the sheep, I suppose, but still, it's not necessary. So we spread slurry on that field and the big field. I guess we actually missed that field back there too, now that I think about it. Yeah, I guess we did. Oh well. We'll have to deal with that as that comes along. So, what we're going to do is going to sell this tedder. I forget how much it's worth, but hopefully we'll make enough money so we can buy a cultivator. And then we'll see how it goes from there. Just finished playing Euro Truck. Man, I love that game. That game's still fantastic. Can't get over it. Every time I go back to it and play it a little bit, I'm like, man, why don't I play this game more often? But I think it's because I don't play it like a lot. That's the reason why I enjoy it so much. I don't know, just one of those things, I guess. Alright. Let's go ahead and sell this guy. Hopefully we make 20,000, I want to say. That would be awesome. If we need to buy a tedder again, we can always do that. It's not a big deal. But for now, we need the money, so we're going to go ahead and sell this guy. And hopefully we'll make enough money from it. We'll see. Also, we can also get the Crone tedder, which is a cooler tedder. There we go. Just leave that running for the time being. 16,000. So we have $47,000 now. We're looking up for cultivators. 47 is not. Oh, yes, it is. And up for that, though. It's only 4 meters, though. Ew. 80,000. What do we have that we don't need? We technically don't need this rake anymore either. We could sell that rake and sell that actually technically too. Let's go ahead and sell this because we don't need that anymore because we have the big one. And what else don't we need that we could just sell straight from here? We have 50,000, so let's go ahead and sell this because we can't actually plant corn right now. So let's go ahead and do that. 38,000. There. Now we can actually buy a proper cultivator. 88,000. Let's go ahead and buy this Widerstadt Carrier 1120. Hopefully the horsepower we have is sufficient for this. I don't know. He doesn't actually say. But we're going to go ahead with a cultivator. And we'll see how that goes. Nice. This is part of the Widerstadt Soil Mod Pack, as you can see. Another one of the, I think this is another one from 2013, but I'm not certain about that, so I would honestly have to double check. I almost shifted there as if I was playing Euro Truck. That's funny. Alright, like I said, hopefully this is enough. We don't have enough horsepower for the plow from Joe Lindbergh, so we'll have to deal with this for the time being, and we'll go from there basically. So we'll see how it goes with this guy, and we're gonna find out what's what. I'll meet you back at the farm. Alright, so here we are back at the farm, and not sure where to start this yet. I think these wheels turn down. What wheels does it actually run on when it's like this? Oh, I don't know. Interesting. Hopefully this works as opposed to the plow. I don't think I actually put that video live, that plow video, but... Alright. There we go. Now, look at... we have 5 and 2. So let's go ahead and check this back here. 5 and 2. So we should have 6. So yeah, if we were plowing, we'd actually get a little bit more from it. We get a little bit more on the PK side, but alas, I had troubles with the plow. We actually... so this is what happened in the video. I didn't put live. I bought a plow, tried to use it, and it didn't work. So I took it back and sold it. But I think that was a short video. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to put that out. Because it was just one of those videos where you're like, really? Can't get a break. But we will eventually get a bigger plow so we can actually expand our fields here a little bit. Or expand our... or increase, I should say, maybe would be a better word. Increase our capabilities here on the farm. But also, this is a way of controlling the weeds as well. Technically, right now it's in the fall, so we would be doing a little bit of fall tillage in a lot of places. Or a lot of places would be doing fall tillage, I should say. There we go. Lift it up. Although it doesn't appear to be lifted up. I don't know what it rolls on, though. Are the wheels down there? I don't think there are. No. They don't appear to be. Ah, well. But it is a very nice Vaderstadt cultivator. It's got discs on the front, and it got rollers on the back, I think it's called, so... very nice. It works very well, actually. One of the better cultivators out there, one of the nicer ones, at least. I think the Simba one is probably the nicest I've seen in a long time, but in the end, it's still a cultivator, so... you go for how much you can cultivate at once, basically, because oftentimes if you buy a small cultivator, you're going to spend a lot of time just sitting there cultivating, and it can be painful sometimes. We've all been there cultivating, so it can be one of those activities where you either love or hate. I technically don't need to do this on this particular field, because our seeder is a direct seeder, but with the chop straw mod and the way soil mod works together, this is a way of increasing our nutrients without spending extra money on more inputs, I guess would be the word they might use in this context. So this is just a way of, you know, getting around that. Put my diff locks on, see if it makes a difference or not. Well, it does a little bit, actually. Not a crazy amount. Make sure we don't slip at all. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll plant something else down here. What did we plant last time? Wheat. So we could put canola, barley down, I suppose. It's not a possibility as well. So any one of those would work perfectly fine in this context. So that's what we might do next. I think we'll put barley down. Or maybe we should go... technically it would be like, what would be a good combination? We do soybeans, then winter wheat, then corn, I think it is, and then soybeans. I think is a rotation a lot of people do. I think it's what it is. It's been a long time since I thought about that kind of stuff. There we go. Get that little bit there. Turn, don't hit the sign. At least try not to, at least. Doesn't matter. It's it is a non-collidable sign anyway, so very good. Alright, so we have a couple things. Let's see. Do we have anything in our inventory? So what happened was, between this episode and the last, we actually sold all of our... oops, go back to our sheep. We actually sold all of our grain, or all of our wheat, I should say. And that's how we ended up with $30,000, which is good. And I wonder how wide this thing is. 11 meters. That's not too bad, actually. So that's why we ended up with a little bit of money there. And what we're going to do is going to do this, and we're going to seed this field next, and then I think we need to fertilize it as well, actually. So what I could do is, if I continue this, I could get this field fertilized at the same time, maybe. But the problem with the fertilizer, it's actually like double the size of this, so I have to be like, you know, almost done before I basically start. Otherwise, it would just be just a nightmare, I guess. Well, not a nightmare. Just probably, honestly, it probably doesn't make a difference. You probably don't need to. You don't need to do anything. Basically, you can either let the slurry just sit, which is one way of doing it, or you can cultivate it in. Either way, it works fine with the soil mod, which is cool. So, we do need a sprayer still. We haven't got a sprayer yet. So we have a slurry spreader, but nothing else. So we'll have to consider getting a sprayer of some sort. And did I put the Vista in my mods folder again? I don't think I did. No, no, I have a sprayer. So I have the John Deere. I could use that actually. That could work. That one came from American Eagle Modding, in case you're wondering. So, yeah, dude, this is actually a nice little cultivator. I'm still confused as to where how it rolls. I guess it just rolls on the rollers themselves when you lift it up. But I don't know if that's actually the best way to do it or not. So, I don't know. There are some larger cultivators out there. Like there's a John Deere one that's all right. The problem you run into is some of the larger cultivators. The problem you run into is colliding with things, and what I mean by that is the edges of the cultivator collide with the ground, and it doesn't cultivate the ground fully when it's like a hill or something like that. And that can be really annoying sometimes. So I don't know. It's different for everybody, mind you. Like the way I like to. The farmer is different from, let's say, Landy Kid, for example, so, or Farmer Beavis. We all have our own particular fancy. So, all right. This guy's going well. I don't think we can have anything going on at the same time. Actually, it's not true. That's not true. Let's just. Oh, and I need a CM tractor. This is always a problem. I have one powerful tractor. Because I think if I look, that Samson needs 220 horsepower, and I believe that wouldn't be enough technically. I would need to have a bigger tractor than that. I'm certain of that. If you have just enough horsepower, it's probably not worth it. Like in reality, in the game, I probably could do it without a problem. But we're going to forego that this time around. And just see how it goes from there. So yeah, what we'll do is, I think we'll have to get this cultivated here. And that field in front of us has been fertilized already with slurry. So we will let that sink in, and that'll increase our yield, hopefully. And we'll see what happens from there, actually. So hopefully we'll get a good yield of hay. I don't know for certain. Actually, I was watching One Lonely Farmer's video today, the one he released today, so today being October the 18th. And he was complaining about the pickup reel on his New Holland. I haven't watched a lot of his current recent videos, just because I've been watching a lot of fishing videos, but I watched this one. And he was not happy. It looks like he's going to switch to a John Deere or a Massey Ferguson baler, so that'd be kind of interesting. So he has the John Deere baler coming tomorrow, as far as I know, and he's going to do a review on that to see how it works in comparison to the one he has right now. He was talking about potentially trying out a Krone as well, or a Kroner, but they were not very... customer service wasn't their forte, apparently. So when you're spending $100,000 on a piece of equipment, you want some darn good customer service, and he was not getting any in that context, or not as good as he would have liked. So because of that, he just said, okay, I guess I'll go with John Deere or Massey Ferguson, basically. So these things happen. And be curious, I'm going to check out that video when he releases it tomorrow or whenever. I'm going to see what it's like. and see how good how good he thinks the John Deere baler is. Because I've actually seen the new square balers in real life, and they're huge. I've actually talked to a John Deere rep about them. Guy was at the farm. What was it? The farm show in Ottawa, I think it was, at the Ernest Young Center, and they had the new John Deere square balers there, and I was checking them out. They're actually they used to have them apparently, then they discontinued it, and now they brought it back for whatever reason, because I guess the hay market is becoming a big market, I guess, or something, and that's the reason why they're talking about doing that. So I don't know for certain, but that seemed like it was the case here, based on what the guy was saying. So yeah, it doesn't seem to raise. It doesn't raise in the same way, or what I would think would be like a raised cultivator, which is a bit odd. Because normally there's like wheels or something that goes down when you raise the cultivator or plow or something, but I don't know. One sec, coffee break. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. It'll be curious to see what he thinks of that John Deere square baler. Like his big issue right now is with the pickup and issues with that. So if he can avoid that, that'll be great. Great for him at least. So because he was saying he has quite a bit of hay down right now that he has to deal with, and due to malfunctions with his current baler, he's going to be unable to finish that day, it looks like. So, which is unfortunate. When a farmer can't finish like their field or whatever reason, that is they are generally not pleased about that. No matter who the farmer is. They just may not express it as much as, let's say, one lonely farmer. So, there we go. Finally get rid of that flickering. That's one thing I don't like about the chop straw mod. It adds that weird flickering. That's the reason why I don't particularly like it. So, like, as you can see, it's flickering all over there. I don't like that aspect of it, but like, now that it adds stuff to like the soil mod, so like if I hop out here, you'll see this should be all X6 over here. Yeah, see? Because we cultivated it under. So that is the nice aspect of this particular. Actually, I could just no, we'll fertilize first. I was gonna say, oh, I could just start seeding right now, but like I said, we'll fertilize first. Spread some slurry down. Unfortunately, we do need this tractor as well for that. It's a never-ending story. I should actually, what I should do is, do I have any? Those aren't big enough. Neither is that. Those are the same ones. Okay. I need to find some of the bigger John Deeres I have in my other mods folder and bring them over. I think I might replace the 8400 with something else, something bigger. Or I could replace the Massey, but I like this Massey. Out of all the Massey mods, this one and the 698 are probably my favorite Masseys. And I did a live stream on YouTube the other day, and someone actually offered me, I think his name was, I want to say it was Andrew, I think his name was. He actually offered to send me a Massey Ferguson hat instead of a John Deere hat. Well, not instead, but just send me one of those. So that'd be kind of cool. So I'll have to try and figure something out for that. I don't know. I don't have a P.O. box, but some YouTubers actually do. It's really strange. Excuse me. Some YouTubers actually have a P.O. box, and that's where they get fan mail, I suppose. Nowadays, it's all via email, I suppose, but not everything. You can't really send physical items through the email. It doesn't work very well, so. I know the only person that comes to mind off the top of my head is Aurelian. I don't really follow her closely, but I just know about her because she's part of the Twitch staff, first off. And she also does YouTube as well, so That's why I know about her in that regards. And she actually has a P.O. box. And she used to, she hasn't done any recently, but she used to do like videos every now and then about fans sending her stuff via her P.O. box. So, oh sure, I got this little side here, but I don't get the other side. Jeez. Yeah, but she has one of those, and she actually gets fan mail from it, which is kind of cool. Squirrel is another person who has one, off the top of my head. And does anybody else have one that I know of? I'm sure other people do, I just don't know of it. Squirrel gets some of the most random things on his from his P.O. box. Someone sent him a Scania license plate once. Someone sent him a Toblerone bar. I don't know if he's still into Toblerone as much as he used to be, but I'm sure he is. I haven't watched a lot of his streams or videos. I watched his first look at Rally, was it Dirt Rally? The reason why I'm going like so much over is just to see if I can get rid of that on the other side of the field, but alas, I cannot. Another reason why I'm not a huge fan of Chop Straw, because it does that. Anyways. So, yeah, he actually did a first look, or like, I don't know if you call it a first look. Dirt Rally's been out for a while now, but he did kind of like the second take on it because they've made lots of upgrades since last time. I think he was saying that his G27 wasn't supported before very well, or the G27, not his specifically, but it wasn't supported very well, so he didn't enjoy playing it, I guess. Understandable. Like many people out there, the G27 is a very common wheel for anybody really. Anybody who plays games that can use a steering wheel. It's like the most common one, I would say. Oh, this is what happens when I'm not inside the tractor, or not outside the tractor. But yeah, the G27 is, like I said, the most common steering wheel that you'll see out there. Mainly because it's a darn good steering wheel. Like, I've had this now for, how long have I had it for? A year almost now? And it's still solid. Really, really like it. Definitely worth the money. The amount of, like, when it comes to any kind of like big purchase like this, whether a steering wheel or a button box or anything like that, it always comes down to how often are you going to use it. So, I don't know. That's how I justify many purchases. It's always a question of, okay, you want to get this. I get that. Do you need it? Yes or no? And like, are you going to use it? Those are like, in my mind, those are things I say to myself when I'm like, okay, well, what are we going to use? Is this or this? So, I don't know. That's how I go through deciding whether to buy something or not. Alright. We're going to have to make another pass on the way back, it looks like. Because this cultivator apparently isn't wide enough for that little tiny space right there. That's fine. We'll just do a little turn here. Is he gonna miss some? Yes. One little tiny spot. There we go. That gets that. And I think this is the last little strip here. I think there's one little area that we missed, and outside that, I think that's it. Or at least I want to say that's it. That little area right there. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Alright, so we'll get some slurry down here after we finish this. And like I said before, the nice thing with slurries, you don't need to cultivate it in. I probably could have done both of that in one step, I suppose. But I wanted to work some of the organic material into the soil first. That's what I was going for, at least. Alright. Let's fold that up. For those of you who are wondering what that sound was, that was my phone once again, and it was Periscope. I've been watching some Periscope videos. It's basically if you're a gamer like me, for example, and you make gaming videos, you'll be like confused as to like, why would you use Periscope when you can use like Twitch or YouTube streaming? But if you are on the fishing side of things, for example, I have no idea why, but on the fishing side of things, Periscope is huge. Don't know why. I guess it's because people can like interact with you live, but that's basically the same thing as YouTube streaming, so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't get it. Here we go. And let's grab our slurry spreader. We'll make some progress. Alright, let us... I don't even know where I got this slurry spreader from, to be honest with you. Aw, really? I thought we were good enough in that context. There we go. Fill it up the rest of the way there. And we'll get started on that. It's 30 meters, so... Look at the seat going up and down. That's funny. Alright, so... This shouldn't take too long. This is a tiny field and a humongous slurry spreader. So, I suspect it'll take no time at all. Alright, let's see here. Let's unfold. I really need to change that. For some reason, my unfold button is the same button as my four-wheel drive button. I don't know why. There we go. I love this thing. Reminds me of, there was one in Farm Sim... Oops. Go, 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 don't stop. There was one in Farm Sim 13 that was like very similar to this. And it did it was amazing. It was like a situation where you could, I think it was like a 30-meter wide sprayer on it. It was just crazy. Like, the amount of slurry you could spread at once was just pretty amazing, actually, so. Interestingly enough, depending where you are in the world, some areas you can't spread slurry like just in a spray. You have to have something like this or cultivate it directly into the ground. I think in Denmark is what some people were saying a while back, which I thought was kind of interesting, actually. So, if I were to use the ul, this guy right here, in some countries that would be illegal, just because of the way it is. Kind of crazy when you think about it. But this will increase... Oh, this is going to put our nitrogen... We actually don't even need to do this. Looking at our nutrients levels. This might be a bit overkill now. Yeah, this is definitely going to be overkill. We actually need more PK, and I can't really do anything about that. Or can I? No, we can't. Because last time I checked, slurry only increases your... Yeah, it only increases your nitrogen. This is at 6 already. Yeah, we actually don't need to do this. Looking at that now, we actually need to put PK down, but we actually can't do anything about that. Well, there you go. I guess we can... How is that there already? How? Did I really miss that? Yeah, so we actually don't need to do this. Because, according to what the soil mod's telling us, it has enough nutrients as it is. Which is good for us. Saves us money. Alright, so what I'll do is I will seed that off camera. And we'll come back next episode. And we will go from there and see what's up. We're going to try and get a bigger tractor, I think, is going to be one of the things we need to do. And like I said, I'll try and figure out... check out some bigger John Deeres I think I have laying about, and bring an 8000 series or a 7000 series in here, and we'll go from there. So that'll be it for me for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson. This has been our episode of Farming Simmer 2015, coming at you from Valley East USA. And if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Catch you guys later.